At first, it does not look real. Rows of finished Korean octopus products move through a bright factory line with perfect speed. Stainless steel shines under the lights. Plastic film seals each tray in seconds. Steam rises from nearby processing tables. The motion feels calm, but the speed is almost shocking. This is the part people never see, the part between the sea and the supermarket shelf. But this story does not begin with clean packaging and perfect cuts. It begins much earlier. It begins with raw octopus arriving cold, wet, heavy, and tangled. To understand how this Korean factory works so fast, we have to go back to the start, to the first moment the raw seafood enters the building.
The first real step is sorting. Raw octopus does not arrive in a neat form. Some pieces are larger.
The first real step is sorting. Raw octopus does not arrive in a neat form. Some pieces are larger, some are tangled together, some still carry sand, slime, and traces from transport. Workers move fast, but nothing looks careless. Each octopus is checked by hand. Damaged pieces are removed. Size matters here because the next machines depend on consistency. The cleaner the input, the smoother the line. In this part of the factory, everything is cold, wet, and controlled. Water keeps moving. Stainless steel stays clean. Gloves never stop. Before the octopus can be cut, boiled, or packed, it has to be separated, rinsed, and prepared with precision. Now the shape begins to change. Clean octopus moves from washing tables to the trimming and cutting section. This is where the factory starts turning a raw sea animal into a controlled food product. Beaks, inner parts, and rough edges are removed. Tentacles are straightened. Bodies are opened and cleaned. Some products need whole pieces. Others need rings, segments, or uniform cuts. Every movement has a reason. A cleaner cut means better cooking. A better size means better packing. In a place like this, speed only works when the shape is consistent. That is why this stage feels so important. It is where order starts to replace chaos. Once the octopus is cleaned and cut, the line becomes even faster. This is the stage where volume matters. Individual handling gives way to system control. Stainless steel conveyors carry piece after piece in a steady rhythm. Workers still watch everything, but the factory now moves like one machine. Each table feeds the next. Each tray enters the next process without delay. The octopus is no longer a raw shipment. It has become inventory inside a production flow. This is where industrial food production feels most impressive, not because of one machine, but because of the way every station works together without wasting motion. Then comes the stage that changes everything: heat. This is where the octopus stops looking raw and begins to take on the color and texture most people recognize. Large boiling tanks do the heavy work. Time matters. Temperature matters. Too little heat and the texture stays wrong. Too much and the product becomes tough. In a factory like this, cooking is not guesswork. It is controlled, measured, repeated. Steam rises into the air. Water rolls and churns. Workers lift baskets in and out with fast precision. In just a short time, the octopus begins its most dramatic transformation. After cooking, the octopus has to be cooled, drained, and stabilized. This part may look quieter, but it is just as important. Heat leaves the product. Surface moisture is reduced. Texture settles. The deep red-brown color becomes more even. Workers spread the cooked octopus carefully so the pieces do not stick together. Some factories use chilled air. Others use cooling trays or water-assisted control. Whatever the method, the goal stays the same. The product must become easier to cut, easier to portion, and easier to pack. This is the moment when cooked seafood turns from a hot process into a finished food shape. Now the final food form starts to appear. Cooled octopus can be sliced again, portioned more precisely, and arranged for the product type the factory wants to sell. Some pieces are cut into bite-sized sections. Some are arranged to show full tentacles. Some are prepared for vacuum packs. Others go into trays. This is the finishing stage, where appearance matters almost as much as taste. Shape, shine, moisture level, and portion weight all come together here. The work is fast, but it is not random. The final product has to look clean, appetizing, and uniform before it reaches the packaging line. Packaging is where everything has to move without mistakes. Portions are counted, trays are aligned, vacuum bags are filled. Clear film stretches across the product and seals it tight. This stage is fast because the work before it was accurate. A poor cut would slow this line. Uneven moisture would weaken the seal. Wrong portion sizes would create waste. But when the factory process is controlled from the beginning, packaging becomes smooth and almost hypnotic. Row after row, the octopus moves from open air into clean retail form. This is the point where seafood becomes a product ready for sale. By this stage, the speed feels almost effortless, but the finished product still has one more journey inside the factory. Sealed packs are checked, grouped, boxed, and prepared for cold storage or transport. Nothing here looks dramatic, yet this final control is part of what makes the whole process work. Industrial food production depends on consistency all the way to the exit. A tray that looks wrong can be removed in seconds. A damaged seal can be caught before shipping. What leaves the building is not just octopus. It is a controlled result of washing, trimming, cooking, cooling, portioning, and packaging, all moving in perfect order. And now the factory returns to the image we saw at the beginning. Finished Korean octopus products, clean, sealed, and ready to leave. But after seeing the full process, the speed looks different. It is no longer just fast. It is precise. Every rinse, every cut, every boil, every tray, every seal led to this final moment. What began as cold, tangled raw octopus became a polished food product through a chain of controlled steps. That is the hidden rhythm of industrial seafood production. Quiet hands, sharp timing, stainless steel, water, steam, packaging. And in the end, a product that looks simple only because the factory made complexity disappear.